Welcome to Zak Bagans' Haunted Museum in Las Vegas. This is a guided tour with a few options. This is my second visit to the museum. Unfortunately, I can't show you too far inside the museum as we were not allowed to take pics or video beyond the front room. But I will share some of that and what I could take pics of on the outside and give you my opinion and take on this haunted museum. So let's go see the front room first, and then I'll talk of my own experiences while we look around the outside of the building together. Getting ready to go into Zak's Haunted Museum. I've been here before, but Lloyd hasn't. So it's really cool, and one of the guides said that he just brought in some new stuff, so it's going to be really cool. I'm excited to see that. So this is our entrance. There's our wonderful friend Mike. So, they said the Haunted Museum is a drug, alcohol, and firearm-free facility. Beautiful little fountain. He's ready to take us.
Let's go inside, guys. This is the door for it.
He's gonna come in.
Governor trash right in there, not allowed inside. All the pictures you want right here in this lobby.
Awesome.
There you
Thank
go.
you. Hi.
You guys can check in right over here.
Yep. It's like some kinds of cool stuff.
Please make sure you guys check in at this window right here.
Yep. Go ahead, you can check us in, Lloyd.
Go over to the next property. We are going to open it.
Nowhere else.
Aaron, you and Billy are going to investigate.
I remember that. I used to play with that. They used to have that at Seaside.
Did they?
Yes,
How do you know
yes.
that?
Oh, yeah.
How do you know that?
Huh?
How do you know that?
Because I remember it.
Well,
This was at Seaside.
yeah.
I mean, maybe not this exact one. And then you would put in a quarter, and then you could get him to dance and stuff like that. Yeah. So we're getting a little lanyard that gives us special access to 7 extra areas. So there, I have not seen those. Very cool.
Teller.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
The only room to take photos and keep the actual protected. So if you have to, that's very protected. So I'm not seeing anything.
Oh yeah, I know he's had some of those people come through. Yeah. A lot of cool stuff. Oh, there's that old monkey. Do you remember that monkey?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, there's Nicolas Cage. Shirley Temple. Yeah, Nicolas Cage. Yeah.
Joe Rogan.
That's just too fun. Okay, so let's see what we got up there. Doesn't that make you just want to go further and explore this place all the more after that teaser? Oh my goodness. And while we were in the front room, one guy came out of the museum with dark, longish hair that looked like a wig, and he had a hat on. This guy looked me dead in the eye as he came to the front door to step outside. I was like, was that Zak Bagans in disguise? He felt very familiar, and he could very well have been him, or one of the other guys maybe. I don't know. Now I'm going to preface my review of this haunted museum with a little background, and we're seeing pics right now too of the outside. I've met Zak Bagans from Ghost Adventures several times. I also got to investigate a few locations with him. Me, along with like 200 other people, talked with him, hugged him, yada yada. So I will say right out that we are not friends. He doesn't know me, nor I him for that matter. He might recognize me only because I have attended so many paranormal events, but most likely he does not know me by name. I don't have his number or whatnot either, It's been a few years since I've actually talked to him or seen him or gave him a hug. I do follow him on Facebook, however, and I have a ton of fake Zaks following me and offering his number, email, yada yada. So if you follow him on Facebook or any other celebrity, please do not be fooled by all this fakes. Zak isn't going to do that. Most celebrities are not going to do that. They're not going to offer you their personal, private contact info. They're just not. This, and Zak is more of a private person despite his persona on TV. So this is all the entrance of the Haunted Museum. Zak had a lot of these weird kind of figures all around. I had to laugh when I saw the skeleton in the water. That was pretty cool. But he has all these creepy doll kind of, statues. I think it looks like he got them from like a sideshow or something like that. They're pretty neat. You'll see them as we go along and tour the outside of the building. As far as they would let me, there was some areas I couldn't. Like, he's afraid of clowns, but he's got a clown outside the museum. I think he just kind of steps aside from his own personal fears and he puts out other things. So they had a psychic too. I didn't see her. I think I might have seen an area where she might have been at. I read my own tarot, so I didn't need to do that. But yeah, so that's the entrance there. It's a neat building. It's just kind of odd how much has been, separated and everything. So the Haunted Museum itself isn't in a nice area of Vegas. It's a bit sketchy, so be careful if you're going there after dark. There are security guards about, and in fact, while Lloyd and I were there, we were there super early for our time slot. So the security guards came over and tapped on the window, as I think we made them a bit nervous as we stayed in the car for so long. So that was kind of funny. The first year I was here with my friend Raven Jade, we felt a bit of energy in several areas. And the pictures you're seeing now, they're the front room, and I believe that lady is sitting down there in the middle. She was the one who left early from our group. So yeah, he's got a lot of different things going on in there. But her and I did not have the RIP access tour. He didn't offer that when my friend and I went. So this is where you get to go to 7 extra areas, and one of them being the basement, which I felt particularly drawn to and wanted to go down there. Who doesn't want to go into a nice spooky basement? So when I saw he opened those up, I had to return when Lloyd and I were out in Vegas just earlier this year. And yes, it's worth it going back to, as he's changed the things around, and you heard in my clip that he was just there the day before adding new things. And that could have been him coming out that day. But each person may or may not feel something different than someone else. This place has been sectioned off in odd spots, and there are a lot of twists and turns. So you do have a guide who takes you through and tells you the stories from each room, and sometimes you get handed off to a different guide, and it's interesting, some of the stories that are told. Now, some areas were really hot temperature-wise, and others more cooler. Some of it is because of how he sectioned it off. So there's no AC in some areas of the building where it's got a fan in the others. So that kind of stuff. So that's a sign for the cool gift shop when you come out. It's really neat. He has a few nice things in there. And here's some more of those creepy figures, It's just kind of, I don't know, I thought they were fun for me. I'm not creeped out by that, but to each his own. But like I mentioned earlier, we did have a mother and daughter leave our group early. The mother was really disturbed by all the violent and graphic scenes of mass murderers and things like that. There are some artifacts he has in there that many people are already nervous about being in the presence of, and so they opted not to go into those rooms. I went through it all. Some items I found were nasty. As to why he had them in there to begin with, I don't know. But he just has all things in there, from paranormal to horror to just everything. A lot of things about death, which would make sense, but still it was just kind of, okay. I did notice how much he has changed things around. Some things were moved around that I remembered from my first visit, and some were not even there. So being a classic horror movie fan, I was particularly saddened at the Lugosi mirror being moved from a room to a stairwell landing. Then after researching about it, finding out that it was not really Bela Lugosi's mirror was really disappointing. So some items are said not to be real, some items provoke horror and fear from just the history or stories of them. I will say one of the areas I had a strong feeling about on my first visit was the Kevorkian van, but then on the second visit, no. There is another area that I felt something, but I'd rather not say much more as you are not seated with that thought. It's best to go yourself to see if you feel anything or not. I wasn't keen on the mass murder areas. I can see why a few people may not want to go in there, as they may be triggered or become upset, especially if you are sensitive. The biggest QI here, is it worth it? I'd say yes. I was glad I went the second time, though I probably would not go again. It's nice that he adds things to it over time and changes things around. If you're a Zak or Ghost Adventures fan, it's definitely worth going there, and he has a nice little gift shop too. The RIP tour also got us not only the neat lanyard and tag, but we also got a t-shirt. That was cool. And no, nothing followed me home, but then I'm well protected from anything trying to attach itself to me. So when you go, be sure and get your reservations. The RIP tour is well worth the extra money, although be prepared to walk a lot as we were there almost 3 hours. It was fun, and we did enjoy it for the most part. Thanks, Zak.